Hello everybody, Jason Basin here. Welcome in Vinyl Land. Did you see my two latest videos about my Star Wars stuff? I saw it's not so popular as my vinyl videos. So today I will make two vinyl videos. This is the first one. He will show you iconic and less iconic record covers, but for me they are all iconic, and I hope and I think a lot of your favorite bands will pass here the show. I hope so. This first part will be pop rock, hard rock, stoner rock, all kinds of new wave in this first part. In part 2, the second video that I will make today, it will be electronic music and also record covers from film scores you get there. And so electro wave, a lot of Belgian electro wave, of course. I am from Belgium, and also here in this first part you will get a lot of Belgian rock music, punky rock, really nice. So let's go. Yeah, do you see it? I have the iconic cover on me from the Velvet Underground, their first album, The Velvet Underground and Nico, produced by Andy Warhol. So that's the first one. We have a lot of record covers. This I must say, I can only let you show you record covers, iconic covers from records that I have. So don't think I will show you Back in Black from AC/DC. I find that a great and legendary iconic cover, but I don't have it, so I can let it show here. So I just let show the records from the records that I have, okay? Not Back in Black, but this one, the second one of Velvet Underground, White Light, White Heat. And we go on. We stay in the black and the white. This is the white album, The Beatles. In fact, it has no name. They say it's the white album, but in fact it's just the Beatles. And mine has a high number. I could buy this year for 20 euros, I guess. Then we have Doe Maar from Holland, a pop art cover. Then we have Little Richard, the Little Richard story. Then an album I grew up with as a young teenager. I played it really unlimited times. The G. Giles Band and Freeze Frame. I still love it. Freeze Frame, and of course their big hit Centerfold, but Freeze Frame, I like it more. Then the iconic album cover, of course, of Black Sabbath with the Witch. Then we have Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. This is a repress. I think it's 2016. Originally it came out in 1974. Another one, Animals from Pink Floyd, and the debut album from Pink Floyd, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Then we have Deep Purple, Deep Purple in Rock. They made it after a well-known statue carved out of the rocks in America with the 4 presidents. Then, what an iconic cover, Kiss and Dynasty. A very good album. I am not such a big Kiss fan, but this album I find it very good. Their cover of 2000 Men is fantastic. Then, Santana. Wonderful. It was his first album, I guess. And here, what an iconic cover. Nina Hagen. in a Hagen band. Unbeschreiblich weiblich is also of course on this record. Then we have Olivia Newton-John, the greatest hits, but this picture is iconic, really wonderful woman and a very good singer. Then we have Golden Earring. I will place my hands, but in fact my fingers, but she has already done the work. Golden Earring and Moontan. Then we have Sid Vicious, his solo album. Sid Vicious, I saw a video about him, and yeah, it seems that his mother, who was a heroin addict, has given him the final dose of heroin. It's a pity, he was I think 21 years old. Then a man who has a lot of iconic records, covers, David Bowie, Aladdin Sane. It was also a period that Bowie, or it was just over a period that he was on heroin. Then we have David Bowie, Low. And this really nice, it's a drawing and a real photograph. This cover, David Bowie, Scary Monsters, Super Creeps. Then another one, iconic one of the big master, for me the artist of the 20th century, not Elvis, Elvis on the second place, but he on the first place. What do you think? Who is the artist of the 20th century? For me it's David Bowie. So David Bowie and Heroes, and then David Bowie with Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. Colleague Why Not Go, Maggie, she did a special video about this record. She went to London and she looked up the places where these pictures were taken, so check it out. A very good channel, Why Not Go, here on YouTube, check it out. Then we have Imagine, John Lennon. And then Killing Joke, with on the back the regretted very good guitarist of Killing Joke, Geordie. Here we have the other members. He is also dead already. This came after their album Nighttime. Very good. So, and we go on. From Belgium, the Skeps, their first big record, Here's to You Gang. One of my favorite records ever, really wonderful, with tracks as Matchbox Car, Trapped by the Rain, Waste My Breath, really punky and very good. And then we have a band, they didn't come to Pukkelpop. Indeed, it's the Queens of the Stone Age. I show you the cover, I must place my hands. So the lady with the motorcycle, wonderful. This was the debut album of Queens of the Stone Age. And then we have here Rage Against the Machine, legendary cover. Of course, Killing in the Name, their big hit on this record. Then a very nice one, Wishbone Ash, and indeed there is a flying saucer there, Wishbone Ash and Argus. So, and we go on. Already 10 minutes for, we have 29 minutes. Simple Minds, New Gold Dream, wonderful, a lot of hits. A lot of nice tracks. Someone Somewhere in Summertime, Promised You a Miracle, Big Sleep, Glittering Prize, New Gold Dream. Fantastic album, one of the best albums ever made. Simple Minds, New Gold Dream, and still active today. Then a record, maybe you don't know it, so it must be like this. New Order is this, with their first 12-inch Everything's Gone Green. One of my favorite tracks of New Order, and the other tracks, Mesh and Cries and Whispers, when you hear those, it's really the transition. They had already still the sound of Joy Division here, but they were already changed from name, New Order. Then an iconic one, Tuxedo Moon, Holy Wars, fantastic album with magnificent tracks, St. John, and in a matter of yeah, it's already a long time I listen, In a Matter of Speaking, Tuxedo Moon. And then a highlight of Psychedelica, Cream and Disraeli Gears, iconic record cover from 1967, my year of birth. And we go on, Virgin Prunes, If I Die, I Die. Fantastic. On this album, Walls of Jericho and Caucasian Walk, of course, one of my favorite songs, tracks of all times. Then a Belgian band, The Mud Gang, their first full album, Let's Go Riding, Some of Your Loving, Shot in the Back. The Mud Gang. And this one I even find it much better, Mud Gang and Traveling Man. Get Lucky, Life's Just a Soul My Soul. We have Traveling Man and Sisters in Crime. Mud Gang, they were recently not far from my door here live. If I could go, I would have gone, but still active. Mud Gang, very good garage rock music from Belgium. Check them out, a lot of videos on YouTube. Then the Gun Club, the Las Vegas Story. We had in the band then Kid Congo Powers. He would go to the Cramps and to Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Patricia Morrison, she would leave the Gun Club for the Sisters of Mercy. We will see her later here in the pack. The Paranoiacs, We Are the Teenage Lovers, iconic picture of their first mini album. They do also a cover of Joe Cocker and Chain My Heart. There's No Place for Lonely People, Bye Bye Baby, Lying All the Time, and the album opens with a very good What Would You Say? The Paranoiacs, I saw them when they presented their record. Then a band also from Belgium, I bought it from the drummer, Black Up, Clubbing Into Submission. Here we see Rasputin. He was the advisor of the Russian Tsar, I think, in Russia. Also a very iconic cover from Sweet Smoke, Just a Poke. And then, yes, more iconic than this it will never be, Woodstock, from the Woodstock Festival. 3 albums. They already did a picture so much time later with that couple. 10 years ago, I think, something like that. They did the same picture than nowadays. They still are together. Wonderful. Then the Nomads, Temptation Pays Double. Very good. They do here a cover of Bangkok from Alex Chilton. Very, very good. The Nomads, one of my favorite garage bands. we have here on this I'm Not Like Everybody Else, also one of the tracks that are one of my top 10 favorites of all times. Then Green on Red, Guess Food Lodging, iconic cover, the red and the green. And another iconic cover, Public Image Limited, Live in Tokyo, double 12-inch, very good. Annalisa. Then we have Killing Joke, Revelations, the blue satin on this album, Empire Song, We Have Joy, Have a Nice Day. Indeed, have a nice day, people, with all these nice iconic record covers. And we go on and on. 15 minutes, so 40 minutes to go. We go on Simple Minds, Live in a Day, their debut album. We're gonna now progress a bit. La Folie, The Stranglers, very good, with Golden Brown on this one, of course. And their very good song, also in my top 10 of all songs ever, Tramp, very good, The Stranglers. And here she is again, Lady Patricia Morrison with Andrew Eldridge on the iconic cover of Floodland, The Sisters of Mercy. Discorrosion, of course, on this wonderful album. And this is the maxi of Discorrosion. Sisters of Mercy, also a band with very iconic covers. Another iconic cover of the couple for the maxi Dominion. And they are still in here because I really put them a bit in a certain order, but in fact sometimes it's random. So it's like life. You plan things, but sometimes in life things go otherwise than you have planned them. I will drink now because my throat needs some moisture. This is Liebfrau Milch, my favorite wine. It's from the Mosel Valley in Germany. The best wine there is for me. Then Siouxsie and the Banshees, Nocturne. Then that time Siouxsie and the Banshees, who played the guitar, Robert Smith of The Cure. He did that for a year, about that time. Then really a band near my heart. The lyrics are fantastic, the music is fantastic. Joy Division. This is the iconic cover with the trees, beautiful. It Was Winter, white. This is Joy Division with Atmosphere. Atmosphere, the track they must play on my funeral. I already say it 20 years, they must play it. Joy Division, that's the song they must play on my funeral, Atmosphere. So on the B-side, She Lost Control. Then we have the iconic cover from the debut album of Joy Division, Unknown Pleasures. Then The Doors, Waiting for the Sun, iconic picture taken early in the morning. And of course The Doors, LA Woman. Then a record cover many people don't like. These are The Who and Tommy. It's fantastic. I will take it out of the plastic that I'm sure, oh, it's disintegrating already, the cover. You see it, fantastic album. See Me, Feel Me, I Can See for Miles, I think it's also on this album. It's no, I Can See for Miles is not on this album, but really wonderful. Pinball Wizard, and See Me, Feel Me, and I'm Free, also on this album. Really wonderful record. A record that must be in everyone's collection. Then we have here Rare Earth, Get Ready, iconic cover, and the debut of R.E.M., Murmur, first album, also first album of the Pretenders, very iconic. Pretenders still busy. I hope I can see them this year or next year. I want to see them live. And then, yeah, this is really iconic. I put my hand on a certain word here, you know the album from the Pistols, Nevermind, the Botox. Ramones, the debut, very good, very good. I like a lot Today Your Love, Tomorrow the World. What a title, it's fantastic. I wished I had found the title. Sandinista from The Clash, 3 albums in one. It was also a special economic prize. The Clash, because at that time albums were really expensive, and they said also we want for the fans make an album, 3 albums for the price of 1. So Sandinista, fantastic album, with the Magnificent 7 on this album also. Police on My Back, all kinds of corner soul, very good music, all kinds, punky, soulful, reggae. Then a legendary punk compilation. I searched it for years, could not find it. I found then the album, but it's a retake, it's not the original records, it's so a repress. And on this album, my favorite punk rock group from Belgium, War Risk 3, VWR3, and they are in concert soon. They do some concerts this year. Then, very iconic, the Rolling Stones, Between the Buttons, with my favorite Rolling Stone here. I would say Keith Richards, no, not at all. Here, Brian Jones, the real and one Rolling Stone. And another one, legendary Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal, a live concert. He did, of course, also some Velvet Underground tracks. A very nice album. Here, Elton John, a nice iconic album cover. Elton John, here he comes, there he goes. A single man, with Song for Guy on this for Guy. Then we have Frank Zappa, a man that I still must learn his music a bit, Frank Zappa, but I find him very interesting, a very good artist. Here is his album Apostrophe. Also a legendary pop album. This is Gilbert O'Sullivan himself, Mem, I see, or that is the record company, M&M. Gilbert O'Sullivan, legendary, iconic double cover here. Very nice, very good music. Then we have the Stooges debut album. For a lot of people is this the first punk album, together with MC5 of course, but the Stooges, in fact this has a very big influence of course. No Fun, I Wanna Be Your Dog, 1969, also covered by the Sisters of Mercy. Then very iconic Belgian album, Poésie Noire, the Gioconda Smile. This was their first album. I could find it finally this year, and unbelievable, this was the record I sold about 20 years ago in Antwerp to a record shop, and I found it back and I could recognize it at the two little crosses in blue big here. I could find it. So that's coincidence is no coincidence. I say always, coincidence is no coincidence. These are the Stray Cats, also their debut album. On this one, of course, Rock, Runaway Boys and Rock This Town. Fantastic tracks. I am a fan of them. And then the Jimi Hendrix Experience. What an album. This was really yes, a big bang that bursted into the pop world. This was raw rock and very inventive rock, beautiful melodies, very great singing. Purple Haze, Hey Joe, his big hits, The Wind Cries Mary, Foxy Lady. Fantastic album, Jimi Hendrix Experience. And then AC/DC, High Voltage, records that was also really a big bang in the music world. A lot of people have grown up with this music. Which are the tracks on this album? I will tell them to you. Which are the known tracks on this album. Shook Me All Night Long. Is this TNT is here on? High Voltage, of course. TNT High Voltage. The Jack is also on this album. AC/DC were this year in Belgium here live, and many people have said the singer was not so good, but the music was fantastic. AC/DC. I see we are on 27 minutes and 30 seconds, so but we go on. Ale Ale from Belgium, African Queen, but they had an English singer, Sarah Osborne. She would marry, I think, Glenn Gregory from Heaven 17. So after this record in 1981, she left for the UK. Ale Ale tried with another singer. It was not bad, but it died silent death. But this was the very good album, their first one, with Ale Ale, and she's stirring up African Queen. Fantastic music. Ale Ale, check them out. The album is certainly on Spotify and on YouTube. Belgian band. And then we will close here the first little part, because we go on and on. The Kreuners, their live album, not live album, their first album, 'S'nachts kouder dan buiten, at night colder than outside. Very good title. And on this album they have their big hit, Zij heeft stijl, She Got Style. My time was up on my camera, but now we continue. In the meantime, I placed all the records again over there, and Tina, she lays here now. She has taken the place of the records, and we will do the following. So the records that I still must show you, we will do that now, and I have already taken the records for part 2, the electronic records. They are here. That's for the next video. But so now we continue with the records that I want to show you here in part 1. So I hoped that you already enjoyed here the video. Which is your favorite cover that you saw already here? Let me know underneath. So we continue with the vinyls. Tina is here. She has taken the place. but that's no problem. I have place here in the card, so no problem. Then a very iconic cover of the Bollock Brothers, a double live album, live performances. On this album, live performance in the Panne in 1983, but unfortunately in 1983 my daddy said to me, no, you don't go to that festival. I was 15 years old. I was not allowed to go, but the following years I was there, 1984, 1985, and at the last edition in 1986 of the Seaside Festival. Very nice. Another iconic from the Bollock Brothers, The Bunker, and maybe my favorite album of them, a double 12-inch, the Bollock Brothers and The Last Supper. They do also a cover of The Gift on this album from the Velvet Underground. And maybe their most famous iconic cover of the Bollock Brothers is this one, The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Who knows, we will see them this year or following year, but I hope not. There must be no apocalypse, but with a mother like Putin, you never know. Then an iconic album, The Beatles, Let It Be. Many people don't like it very much, but I like it. And then a really great band, Can, Krautrock from Germany, Eggy Bamiasi. This comes on, it's a repress. I will show it to you on very nice green vinyl. Can. Then an iconic band, and an iconic band with covers, iconic covers, T-Sematic, their debut album. I showed you all their full albums. T-Sematic La Pache, very wonderful. I think the photographer Danny Willems made the picture, that drawing, very nice. T-Sematic Choco. And this was their last album, Yeah Yeah. And the year after it was Arno live on the Seaside Festival in '86. In 1985 it was T-Sematic. 1986 it was already Arno. Then an album that I found this year, and I'm very happy. I could buy this for, I think, 25 euros. Normally this goes for 60, 70, 80 euros. It's The Sounds from the Lion's Mouth. Very iconic cover. But it has a little bit damage, but that's not, it's not, I don't care. U2, and boy, for me their best album, their debut album, U2. I will follow on this album. Here another iconic B-52s with their debut album. On this one, Planet Claire, 52 Girls, Dance This Mess Around. Then Ultravox, Rage in Eden. On this one we have The Voice, Stranger Within, I Remember. Then a group I like very much, Big Country, their debut, In a Big Country. On this one, 1,000 Stars, The Crossing, Big Country. And this record from Big Country, I will open it, double sleeve, fantastic. Here you see it in all its glory. Steel Town, fantastic album. I bought this in 1984 when it came out. Fantastic songs, Flame of the West, Where the Rose is Sown, The Grey Divide, Just a Shadow, a masterpiece. Rest in peace, Stuart Adamson. Big country. Then very good group, the Triffids, the Black Swan. The singer, he is already dead, but he leaves us wonderful music with his band. On this album we have Goodbye Little Boy, that was known from this album. The Triffids, they came from Australia, which is really a land of really strong people. We saw it on the Olympic Games. I think Australia was fourth, I think, on the in the ranking, fourth. Finally, on the first place came America, I think. Second place was for China, third place was for Japan, and I think Australia fourth place, or is it third place? I think it was fourth place, or third place Australia, and Japan fourth place. Viva, Roxy Music, iconic cover, very nice. Here the letters, it's jewelry, little diamonds, really nice. On this album, Mother of Pearl, fantastic track, Out of the Blue, not Mother of Pearl, Out of the Blue, Both Ends Burning, yeah, In Every Dream Home a Heartache. What a title, fantastic. That I would say, Australia, a lot of talent also in music. AC/DC, In Excess, the Scientists were from, the Triffids were from Australia. Fantastic music, all fantastic bands. The Cult and Love, iconic, one of the best albums from the 80s. Together with If I Die, I Die from Virgin Prunes, and First, Last and Always of Sisters of Mercy. This is for me the top three after the Sisters of Mercy and the Virgin Prunes. The Cult and Love. Another iconic, Echo and the Bunnymen, their second album, Heaven Up Here. Very nice beach picture. On this album, Over the Wall of Berlin, I think he will be singing about. He will be singing about that. Over the Wall, but with all my colors, also very nice. Turquoise Days, All I Want, fantastic album. All their first four albums are fantastic. And then a really iconic cover from Joy Division and Love Will Tear Us Apart. I saw recently a video that man was there at that cemetery where he took a picture of those ladies. And we had already here Sisters of Mercy with iconic covers. This is maybe their most iconic cover of the 12-inch of Temple of Love. Sisters of Mercy still active, and I'm happy for that. Aroma di Amore, Belgian band, Zonder Omzien mini album. And this was their first album, Koude Oorlog, Cold War. And we are back, history repeats itself, we are back in the Cold War with Russia. It's sad, but it's the reality. Then some groups from the Netherlands, The Outsiders, in the 60s, very well known in Holland, in Netherlands. The Outsiders, in that on that iconic picture, they are hanging here above the water. Their debut album. Also a very iconic picture, Shocking Blue. This album, I didn't know it, but it's a collector's item. In the meantime, this album is a collector's item. Scorpio's Dance, that's the title of that album. Then we have The Fall, This Nation's Saving Grace. Very wonderful album. I will turn it open so you can see it in all its glory. Here, the inside. My favorite, the Fall album. We have LA, beautiful, Gut of the Quantifier, fantastic, Spoiled Victorian Child, also very good. The Fall. And then Magazine, Real Life, what an album. In Magazine we had John McGeoch, who would later on go to Siouxsie and the Banshees, and also to Public Image Limited, also the Armory show. He was active in that band. Magazine. Here we have Barry Adamson. Barry Adamson, he would play in Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. We have here Dave Formula. Dave Formula, he was also busy for making the music with Visage. And then a very iconic cover, I love it so much. Motorhead, Ace of Spades. On this album, of course, Ace of Spades, but we have also Shoot You in the Back, Live to Win. That was a motto of Lemmy, born to die but live, born to die but live to win. The chase is better than the catch. Fast and loose. We are the road crew. Love me like a reptile. Shoot you in the back. Yes, I live to win. Fantastic album. Gold in the Sand. Then Steppenwolf live album. When I saw this, when this came by in that record shop in Antwerp a long time ago, I said, wow, and I took it immediately. Very nice, with that wolf on the front. They do here Magic Carpet Ride, Born to be Wild, of course, The Pusher, Suki Suki, Steppenwolf. And then another iconic cover from Echo and the Bunnymen. You saw Heaven Up Here. This is the fourth album, Ocean Rain. I first thought it was that picture was taken in Belgium in the Grots of Hen, but it's no, it's somewhere in England or Scotland they have taken these pictures. Then we have the Stone Roses, their debut album. Very nice, very authentic roses. Another fantastic album, the Jesus and Mary Chain, iconic, Automatic. On this album we have Blues from a Gun, we have Head On. Fantastic music. And then the Godfathers, Bird, School, Work, Dead. For most of us it's like that. I'm now here in this section, the third section, work. Most of us, I think you too, are in that section of work. Very nice album. If I only had time. It's so hard, cause I said so. Also a very known song of the Godfathers, still active, the Godfathers. And then we have MC5, legendary album, hard punky guitars, together with that debut album of the Stooges, certainly at the beginning, at the birth of punk here. We have Rambling Rose, Kick Out the Jams. This is a cleaned version. On the first edition of this record you hear him saying other things, but this is already the cleaned version. We have Borderline, Motor City is Burning, I Want You Right Now, Starship. Fantastic album, MC5. Another very good album and a legendary band, Blue Cheer, with the title Vingibus Eruptum. I think they do a cover on this album, indeed. Summertime Blues from Eddie Cochran, Rock Me Baby, Doctor Please, Out of Focus, Parchment Farm and Second Time Around. A mini album, Blue Cheer. And then a wonderful album, Iggy Pop, Instinct. Beautiful cover. This album was produced by Steve Jones. Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols, and he is again busy with them. Now with the singer Carter, he does it very well, and more concerts will come up from the Sex Pistols the coming months, so very good. I am very happy. Check them out on YouTube. On this album, Cold Metal, Power and Freedom, Tough Baby. Fantastic album, Iggy Pop. And this was Iggy Pop in younger days. An iconic cover, Raw Power. Here you see the complete band. And I have also Funhouse, the Stooges, legendary cover. Yes, it's like that. Here the band in the studio or in their repetition room. So I show it like that. Down in the Street, Loose, TVI, fantastic track, 1970. On this album played also the saxophonist of Roxy Music, what's his name, yes, Stephen McKay, tenor saxophone on Funhouse. Funhouse, I will show it. This is a colored vinyl edition. So that special blue, petrol blue, I like it. The Stooges. And then a very iconic record, Fleetwood Mac and Rumours. I saw yesterday a video about Fleetwood Mac, and now I have again the story, because I think this is Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. They had a relationship, but then it broke down. And then she wrote the song Dreams, that's on this album, about a lady. I think the story is a lady that has a broken heart and she searches for love. And his answer was also a track, and it's also on this album, and that's Go Your Own Way. It was a little bit with anger. In fact, that he wrote those lyrics, Lindsey Buckingham. But so a legendary album indeed. All on this album. and there is also the very known hit Don't Stop. Afterwards, Stevie Nicks would also have a relation with Mick Fleetwood later on, with Mick Fleetwood. So, legendary album Rumours. And we are almost at the end. Deep Purple, made in Japan. Iconic records. I open it because there you see the rising sun in the artwork. Fantastic album, double album. It was recorded in Osaka, also in Tokyo. We have Highway Star, Child in Time, Smoke on the Water, Strange Kind of Woman. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Deep Purple, for me their best album ever. And then we close the show with a man who got an Edison, an Edison Prize for literature, and he deserved it, and the Edison Prize went to Bob Dylan. Here his iconic cover of Desire. It's also the only record I have of Bob Dylan at this moment. So I hope you liked this first part about the rock records. Stay tuned for part 2. That will be the records of films and records of new wave artists, electronic music. You will like it, Berlin School. You will see all those records in part 2. This record here from the Neon Judgment will be also in that part 2. So stay tuned, and I have one advice to give you, and that's with records, with vinyl, the sun always shines. Alright, you see me in part 2. Bye bye.